Kick-off stock of the day is a stock that we looked at here on the call, I think, last week, Allkem. It came out with its quarterly update as it looks to ramp up lithium production threefold by 2026 after posting $235 million in revenue for the quarter. This is lithium carbonate prices remain elevated around $35,000 a tonne. Shares popping into the green this morning. This is becoming a bit of a crowd favourite here on the call. So what do the experts think after the latest update? Carl, what do you think of the Allkem update, and how's it looking?
Well, it looks great on the chart. I mean, that's as bottom left and top right as you can get. And look, the problem with any commodity stock, of course, is that, it ebbs and flows based upon the commodity price. At the moment, lithium prices are very strong, as in they've tripled in the last sort of 12 to 18 months. The charts, they don't look like, that lithium chart. I keep an eye on those and the various contracts you've got there. So you've got lithium hydroxide, just a processed product. That's the stuff you're going to use for your battery, your electric batteries, and you've got your spodumene and your carbonate. One comes from hard rock, one comes from drying out salt pans in South America. So good thing about Allkem, it's got exposure to, in fact, all three really, because they've got this processing plant over in Japan. So they're trying to work their way up that value chain. They've got a hard rock deposit over here. That's the spodumene one in WA. That's close to the port of Esperance, and then they've got their South American operations there, which in Argentina, and there's a boron mine there as well. So, great exposure to this. Obviously, transition to electric vehicles. We know that the market for lithium products in general is probably going to be in deficit really out to 2030. And that's just because of years of, I guess, underinvestment. The supply is coming, but the demand is coming as well. So you've got this really interesting scenario where it's not just, supply is about to hit and then prices potentially will crash, because the demand's expected to ramp up as well. The only thing I'd counsel here is that investors know this. So the analysts know all of these things. So the question is, have prices reacted too quickly? Yes, supply is expected to increase. Yes, demand is expected to increase, and we're not going to go into a deficit for lithium products. But have we seen that huge price rise already? And maybe we just see it tailing off. I know we're probably getting too big a picture here in terms of this whole discussion of lithium, but it's Koshi, I get dozens of inquiries every day about lithium, so I'm kind of getting tired by it a little bit. But maybe I'm trying to answer all of these questions at once. Look, I'll bring it back to Allkem. I like the stock. It's probably the best ASX pure play out there because of the diversification that I've talked about. Right. The only problem is the valuation. We had a price target that we've had now for some time of about $14. And lo and behold, it's hit it today. So what do you do now? We've the last swing we had on the charts there was at about 10.50. We started to put it out as our feature chart of the day. I would suggest now it's hit our target. Take some profits. Don't take it all off the table. We like to do this sort of sell a third and see how we go. And if the chart starts to get worse, we might do that. If it picks up again, we can always reinvest. So if you've got it, I think take a little bit of profit off the table. We've had a good run. If you don't have it, I like it. It's a pure play. I think it's a core holding, potentially your portfolio. But let's wait for a pullback first.
Okay. Ben, what do you think of Allkem? It actually came up here on the call almost 10 days ago with Chris Conway from Marcus Today and Scott Phillips from Motley Fool. Scott admitted he just missed the lithium boat altogether and doesn't quite understand it. So it was a no from him. Marcus Today have been following it a fair bit. They said exactly what Carl said. Good business, take some profits. You can always if you've ridden it up, can always get back in later and trade it further, but lock in some. So these are big levels, aren't they?
They are, and I just think when you've got your finger on the pulse of the market, to me, lithium feels like the really hyped up area at the moment. And there's always a part of through the ups and the downs of the markets, there's always one part of the commodity cycle that's in this sort of weird sort of boom kind of phase. And the market sort of will then move on to, uranium or something else. And just when you look at the announcements coming out, suddenly there's so many little juniors that have found promising lithium deposits, doing capital raisings which are getting snapped up like that, and it's just, maybe we're not quite there yet, but I reckon we're getting pretty close to peak sort of excitement about lithium. And as Carl said, all of the fundamentals make sense. You know, that you can completely create a bull case for why you want exposure to lithium, but you've also got to think about everyone else knows that exact argument, and it's probably been priced in and then some. So I'd sort of sit back if I wasn't in it and sort of hope to buy this on a dip, and if it keeps going, you know, so be it.
Okay. So do you agree take some profits on Allkem?
Definitely.
And also one of the common bits of advice with lithium here from the experts on the call is, hey, you got all these juniors and promising results, but hey, stick to the ones in production.
Absolutely.
Because you know, you can say there's a lot of supply coming on, but it will take years. Whereas the ones producing, they're getting the big bucks now, aren't they?
Correct. And the prices will likely moderate, I would have thought, because lithium, it's not rare, but it does take time, and it's quite a technical metal, I believe, to get it into production. So there's a lag, but the lag will catch up, and customers will start to sit back when they can see suppliers coming as well.
All right.